All right. Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. We are going to embark on a pretty special trip with Susie. And for those of you who don't know who Susie is, she is our 1978 Glendale motorhome. I seem to repeat myself all the time about it. But today is special because on this trip, we are going to roll over 100,000 kilometers on this old rig. So there's only 5 digits in the dash, and I'm really curious as what it's going to do. So comment down below, what do you think it's going to be? Anyways, let's get her started. Let's get her fired up, hit the road, and I'll talk to you a little bit more about this rig along the way. All right, guys, so we are about 10 kilometers away from having Susie roll over. I only got one shot of this, so hopefully you can hear me. There's a little bit of wind noise. She's a little bit noisy, but while we wait for that 10 kilometers, let's give you a little bit of a, history on this motorhome. So we purchased this about 4 years ago-ish. I'd have to go back into my videos to find out exactly how long ago. But she was somewhat abandoned, just sitting out there, not doing much. So we got her fired up right there on the spot, drove her home, had a couple of issues doing that. The brakes in the front were seizing up, so I had to pull over, let them cool off. And I've made all sorts of minor repairs since then, some of them being as little as just cleaning up the cap and rotor to get it to run better, to making the hot water tank actually work pretty good. That was a little bit of a challenge there, but we got her running, so now it heats up just fine. The latest of the projects that we tackled was installing a new carburetor. We had done everything we could with the old Quadrajet, cleaned it multiple times. I followed many videos on how to do the adjustments. What ended up happening is I ended up snapping one of the mixture screws, which apparently only makes any effect at idle. However, I'm assuming something else was wrong with it because it just would not run. So we installed a Chinesium carburetor. It's a knockoff of a Edelbrock 1405 model, and it runs great. If you've been watching the channel, one thing I have done as well is I did fix the kickdown switch. So the kickdown is now working. I've got full power, and it just cruises along the highway just well. She's a nice machine. I truly enjoy going out with her. So got the family in the back here. We're just going out to a friend's camp. Should be fun. Now we're down to about 6 kilometers left to go. And for those of you who might be wondering, this is a 1978. I think I've said it before. It's based off of a Chevy platform, so it's a G30 if I'm not mistaken. The power plant is a V8 350, obviously carbureted, coupled to a TH400 transmission. The rear end gears are set to 454, so geared a little low. All right, guys, I only got one shot at this, one opportunity, so let's see what happens. So there's only a couple of things, in my opinion, that can happen. One of which, it can either go back to 0, it can stop when it reaches 100, or nothing happens. I don't know, put your bets down below. Tell me what you think. I'd like to know what you guys think. We're almost there now. I'm actually quite curious. Going up a hill here, so I have to give her a little bit. And, okay, who put the bet on 0000? That is pretty cool. So who would have thought, going right back to 00, it's like we're driving a new motorhome, right back like when it rolled off the lot. Actually, in some ways it still feels that way. It still feels really good. I did an alignment recently. I just did the string alignment thing. It's in one of my videos. I have a playlist for this machine, so if you want to follow that, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I still have a lot of work to do. I have a bunch of other projects on the go, guys, so for those of you who've been following me, thank you so much. I'm going to pretty well end the video here, but I do have a couple of surprises coming up. Nothing too serious, but one of which I'm going to get some help from a couple of people that you've already known on the channel, and we're going to go just refurbish another oldie goldie, right? So again, that is pretty neat. We're rolling up to 2 kilometers now. But thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you all in the next video.